back Raphael, it was, and Birmingham have another. Well, Lucy Quinn.
Big chance here for Blues, and Quinn makes no mistake. Feeds G, who threads the ball through, and Quinn makes it 2-1.
Lucy.
Hello.
150 appearances for Birmingham City.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I feel very, very old. But obviously it's like a huge honour. I've been at the club for like a long time now, and when you see it in numbers like that, it just makes you feel quite grateful that you've been able to step out that many times, to be honest.
2 stints as well. What brought you back? What is it about this club?
Yeah, when I left the club, it was never on bad terms. I was just after a new challenge. I was a young player. I wanted to go learn and put myself out of my comfort zone. But I always really loved my time at the club. I loved living in the city. I always felt like it was a club that was going to go in the right direction at some point and go back to the big historical club that it was when I was growing up. So, yeah, it was just an easy decision to come back, really, when I heard that they were interested.
Let's take you back to day one. Okay. Match number 1. What do you remember about this day?
I do remember being really, really excited. That was at Solihull Moors, which is obviously not where we're playing now. But to me, it was just like to be in that dressing room and in that squad with the likes of Ellen White and Ann-Katrin Berger. Just the names in that team were ridiculous. So I was just really, really excited and didn't realise how much I had to learn, I don't think. But yeah.
What was it like playing with some of those names?
Yeah, for me, it was when Birmingham were interested, I came up before I signed to just have a look around and meet the team. And I just remember watching one of the training sessions and just the players that were in and around that squad. I remember stood on the sideline and thinking, like, this is a step up for me. Like, this is going to be incredible. And just the stuff that I'm gonna learn. And just, what a team to go into, really.
Let's take a look at the next pick. We had to get the Christmas ones in there. What's going on here?
This is in the old dressing room. Aoife Mannion, Paige, even Andy. And Rach is still going. Yeah. What a player and what a legend at this club. It was just always such good vibes, such a family feel. And I think that's ultimately what brings a lot of players back to the club as well.
Absolutely. This is one hell of a pose.
Yeah. That's actually very serious for me.
It is.
Yeah, I think that was probably my first professional shot like that. So I think I look smart.
We've got quite a few unserious ones as well. How do you strike the right balance between these moments, these poses, and having fun as a player?
I mean, I'm one of those people I really believe in. Like, if you're not having fun in whatever you do, then you're not going to get the best out of yourself. But I think I do obviously have quite a big reputation as a bit of a joker, and but I do like to think that in those moments when you need to be serious and apply yourself, I can also do that. But for me, I just love that role within the team. We're all away from families, we spend a lot of time together, and I think enjoying it is crucial.
And enjoying these moments, the kit shoots, as much as sometimes the time on the pitch as well. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the opportunities that football or professional football has given me off the pitch as well in terms of media and shoots and experiences. It's really hard for me to be serious in shots like that. But it's part of the game that you don't really realise that you're signing up for. But it's really enjoyable and I think just good experience. Oh,
this one.
Oh yeah, that was a good day. Yeah.
Up against Arsenal.
Yeah, that's away at Boreham Wood. I really loved that kit as well, the bright yellow. I can't remember the score in that game. I think we might have lost 2-1. But I just remember being through on goal and managing to chip it over the keeper. And for me, that was a big moment. Again, you grow up wanting to play against those teams. So I was really happy with that one.
And I suppose when you're up against Arsenal, that you mentioned the names that were in Birmingham at the time, but also some of the names that were in that Arsenal squad. When you are through on goal, is it all a bit blurry around, a bit surreal, out of body experience kind of thing?
No, not really. Obviously, you've got to want to play with those players and against those players, and you can't put yourself down. I believed that I was capable of being on that pitch and could make things happen, and it probably just happens quicker than you realise, and a lot of it is instinct. And yeah, luckily that one's come off for me.
Nice kit as well.
Yeah, I love that kit.
Well, you mentioned her already, Ellen White, of course, for clubs, not just Birmingham, but for country as well. An incredible player, and for so many players now coming through, the player that they name when they say that they'd have loved to play with her or even against her. What was it like being in that dressing room with her?
Yeah, for me, that was an unbelievable idol that was then in the same team as me and treated me as a complete equal. She was an all-round professional and really showed me the ropes of how to be a young professional with nutrition, recovery, video analysis, even sleep, things like that. She was so devoted to being the best professional and teammate that she can be, but also so down to earth and had time for everybody. And we actually had a great laugh, and she really made an impact on me in my first spell at Blues. And yeah, just very privileged to have watched her growing up and then to play alongside her.
And someone who comes across as obviously a leader, but a very fair leader as well. I'm sure as a young player, obviously the learnings, but also, how to act in the dressing room, the way to come into these really high professional standards of the environment. She must have been a great guidance in that front. Yeah,
and Ellen was a leader by example, and whatever she turned around and asked of you, you had to take on the chin because she was doing it herself. She was doing everything 100%. And there have been many players like that during my times at Blues. And yeah, was a really important presence in the dressing room. And as much as I laugh and joke about it, I hope that there are elements that I've carried on and in the dressing room now. And I think people like that just give everything every time they step on the pitch, but also how they carry themselves off of the pitch are really influential. And yeah, she was one of those.
Let's see what's next.
Oh God.
Right, where are you? I'm trying to...
This is Chelsea away.
There you are. In there.
Yeah, I'm in there. Yeah, Chelsea away. Unbelievable game, this one, actually. We won this game 3-2. I scored a goal of the season, award-winning goal on that day, and that's the celebration. So that's probably one of my favourite goals I've ever scored, but also just the drama of the game. Ellen White came on to score the third goal, and it was a massive win for us. And this is a point where people underestimated Birmingham a lot, and we were absolutely flying that year. And just a group of really hard-working misfits, really, we called ourselves. And yeah, it was just a really good day.
I think Aoife's reaction says
Aoife,
it all.
Yeah, she hasn't changed a bit. She looks exactly the same.
She does, doesn't she? Talk us through that Misfits, the underdogs tag that you've had to carry for quite a while. Yeah,
this was a point in the club where, like I say, Birmingham's such a historical team, but we weren't necessarily getting the backing or the support from the club. And this was a time where your Arsenals, Chelseas, Man Cities were really emerging as we're going to invest in women's football. These are the facilities. These are the kind of players. And we were just a team of people that, came together from more humble starts in football. We gelled, and we were just, on an unbelievable run that year. And some of the international players that are in there would make any squad.
And moving forward to now, you have the backing.
Yeah.
The support is there. You look around the facility here at KPC. What are the differences in terms of the backing, the support that you get as a squad now in comparison to that first spell you had at the club? Yeah,
it's night and day. Like, for a long time, we said that we felt like we were in and around the club just because we had to be, and it's just a box that they had to tick. But now we really feel like we're valued and we deserve to be here. The owners have come in and met with us several times. We've had open lines of communication with them, and everything that they've kind of spoken to us about, they've absolutely delivered on. And that just makes you so much more comfortable coming into work and putting your best out every day. And yeah, it's just completely different and back where the club should be. And hopefully we'll just keep going in that direction. Oh, God. These are going to get really embarrassing now, aren't they?
No. I really like this picture.
Okay.
Talk to us about this day. Why is there the big smile on your face?
I feel like I look quite young there, but I wasn't that young. I just had a few more freckles going on. This is when I rejoined the club for my second spell. And that was a really exciting year for me. That was back when the club was in the WSL, and I just remember getting to play a lot of minutes, and that being a really valuable season for me, just learning-wise and playing at the highest level. And that's when I got my first Ireland call-up and things like that. So that year for me was really enjoyable. and really important, even though it ended in relegation.
How mentally did you cope with the relegation, and how many learnings can you take from that?
Yeah, I think it massively shaped me as a player and a person now. I think there are a few rituals that maybe you have to go through as a footballer. So maybe being released from a club really helped me. I learned a lot about myself and about, the game that we're in. Being relegated, it was a really difficult one because, like I say, if you ask any of the girls from that team, we all really enjoyed it. Again, it was just a group of girls that were in the fight together for the love of the game and the badge, and we didn't necessarily get the support that we needed. And it was nearly the great escape in the end. We just didn't quite get it over the line, but again, so valuable. And yeah, some of my best memories in a blue shirt came from that season. So really shaped us as a team.
On to the next one. We've had some serious pictures,
too many.
We're back to the unserious ones. And I think the best thing is the comparison to those alongside you. Always the joker.
Yeah, I don't know who I've seen there, but clearly I've seen someone, or I just felt that it was a bit too serious in that moment. But I believe in expressing myself in the change room and on the pitch, and I don't think that we should have to hide our personalities at all. I think it only brings to us as players, so it's just me being a bit silly there.
How much do the younger girls appreciate that in the group? The fact that you're making the environment quite a warm place to come into, maybe lowering some guards of those around you?
Yeah, I hope a lot. The girls do say it, to be fair. And there's been a lot of interviews in the programmes, the matchday programmes, where they're asked who the funniest player is, and I get quite a few shout-outs. So I hope that it is really appreciated. It's not a fake or anything at all. It's just me being me. But I hope that they see that, they can express themselves in the same way, and it doesn't have to be all business all the time.
How long did it take you to find that part of you?
I think as soon as I was born, I think. Yeah, I do think I've just always been like that. So I think sometimes initially people probably misread that and I don't make the best first impression, but hopefully after some time I grow on you a little bit.
This is very similar, but we had to get the Christmas vibes in there once again. As we mentioned already, it does bring a real warmth to the training pitch and something a bit different to groups I'm sure that you've worked in the past.
Yeah, I just think you have to appreciate Christmas. Obviously, it can be a bit cold and miserable out on the pitch, and I just thought if I'm going to wear a hat, I might as well wear one that, it brings a bit of laughter. And like I say, a lot of girls are a long way away from their family, and I think the more that we can embrace each other and have fun, we do have the best job in the world, and we're so lucky to have that job. And I just think we need to enjoy every minute as a team, but more importantly as friends and also just human beings that spend a lot of time together.
Yeah. That is a huge part of it as well. You're with this team day in, day out.
Yeah, I'm sure I do their heads in, actually, the more I think about it.
I'm sure you don't. Excellent celebration here.
I'm not sure what game that's from, actually, but looks a bit awkward. But yeah, clearly I'm very happy with myself. Maybe got myself a goal. So I miss those boots so much. I love those boots. You just can't get hold of them anymore. So.
Do you have any superstitions when it comes to boots or kit, or are you tapping the roof when you walk out of the dressing room?
Yeah, no, not really. I think I've tried to come away from that. I think one of the biggest things that I've learned from international football is you can't control everything. Yeah. So when something goes wrong and, I don't know, your boots do break or you don't have your certain pair of shin pads on and your sports bra hasn't come back from the wash, you can't let things like that affect you. Otherwise you'd just be going into games doubting yourself. Yeah. So I try not to have too many superstitions around that. But yeah, I'd probably just say that I always put my left shin pad on before my right is the only one. Yeah.
Obviously milestones, it's a time to look backwards, but I suppose as well with the direction that the club's going, which you've already mentioned, it's a real opportunity to look forward as well. Yeah, no,
I think so. I think that's a good point, actually. It's an unbelievable feeling to sit and think, oh my God, the games that I've been involved in, the players that I've played with, to play for any club 150 times is quite an achievement when I think about it. But it also isn't something that I just want to be comfortable with. I do want to see how many more I can get. And to be honest, speaking about that relegation season, I don't think I'm going to be happy until we've had closure on that and we get promoted back to where I feel like we belong. So that's the goal, and hopefully there's many more appearances in that as well.
How much of an opportunity do you see this season, of course, with the changes that are happening in the WSL?
Yeah, massive opportunity. I think it's only getting harder each year. The championship is massively competitive now. Clubs are really investing and buying into both leagues, but it's a huge opportunity to go up. I think we've got an unbelievable squad and group of staff, and it would be silly for us to not do absolutely everything to grab that opportunity and take it.
Considering, of course, how close you got last season as well.
It's painful, but I think we try and let it fuel us, and it really is frustrating. I think we've deserved it on a couple of occasions and we've fallen short, so we have to make sure that we're turning over every single stone, and making sure that, you know, it's not just because we're a big club with investment. Like, we have to absolutely earn it. The game is growing so quickly, and if we want to be champions, then we have to go and prove that that's what we are.
And something else that must fuel you, that first picture, 2017, playing at Solihull Moors, and then now you're walking out at St Andrews. Like, the change in the space of, you know, what, 5-6 years? It really is special. The fans as well. What's your message to them after 150?
Yeah, just thank you so much, I guess, to everyone, players past and present, and also fans that have been involved. I'm so excited for the direction of the club, and when I retire, I want to sit and watch games in the new stadium and just say, you know, that I was a part of that, and from Solihull Moors and to where it is going is so exciting. So yeah, just to be a part of that journey, and yeah, just a big thank you, I'd say, because it's been an absolute pleasure.
See you back in a couple of seasons for 200
hopefully.
appearances.
Oh God, if I've still got it in the legs,
Thank you so much for your time, Lucy.
Thank you.